YouTube, man, what's going on? It's LNH back with another vid, man, and this situation could not be crazier. Now, Nick Briz has just got called out by one of his teammates, and I gotta be honest here, man, I think some people actually saw this coming, but this is shocking that one of his own guys would turn on him, but there are some very interesting reasons why he did. So we're gonna break it down and get right into it, but if you guys do like these vids, like the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications to get a notification every time I upload a new video. And I want to put out an announcement: if you guys edit any type of YouTube videos or know how to edit, hit my DMs at only LNH for sure. Hit me up on Instagram, shoot me a DM, because I'm looking for an editor. But let's get right into it. Now, if you guys have not seen what's going on, basically, of course, Nick Briz is a dude who hoops on YouTube. He basically goes to parks, tries to beat people up pretty much, and loves talking trash. That's what his brand is about. And a lot of people have been pointing to the fact and calling his content fake. Even Mikey Williams had said something about it. Him and Mikey Williams went back and forth, but man, some new interesting video has actually come out by one of his teammates, Chris, who is the dude with the beard, the big guy. And a lot of people know this guy because he's always talking trash in all of his videos and is ready to fight, and for sure can hoop, definitely. But he actually put out a recent video on Instagram, and man, a lot of people are taking a look at this and saying Nick Briz's brand is over. But let's take a look at the video.
I just want to jump on here and make this very, very clear. I am no longer a part of Savage Squad. I'm not playing with Savage Squad whatsoever. Nick is a cop caller. He's been setting fake content up for people to, bite. He doesn't care about anybody on the team. He pays Chauncey pennies. He pays, Carlos pennies. I didn't want the money because I get my own money. I wanted to build my channel. He now is taking control of Carlos's channel. The dude basically frauds everything. His whole entire life is a fraud. And it's been very, very aware to me that he calls cops, which is why I haven't really ever turned up in a video, because I know I'm going to go to jail. But I'm just going to make it very clear. I got recordings, tapes, everything. Kid's a fraud. I don't want nothing to.
Now, after taking a look at that video, man, those were some heavy statements that Chris was actually saying. Now, I think the first we have to look at is that Nick is a cop caller. And that's crazy, because the first thing we have to take a look at is when Nick actually called out Friga for being afraid and calling the cops and bringing security to all of his games. And he was basically saying that Friga was scared of the places that he was going to. And Nick Briz was basically trying to say, oh, that makes him manly or whatever. But then when we take a look at it, and his own teammate is saying that he actually calls the cops, that is super interesting, because you guys know that is being a hypocrite at its finest. Him basically calling somebody out for something but not actually following up with those same actions. But you guys know a lot of people have been pointing towards this dude's content being fake, but man, Nick said it for sure. Nick said that he was setting up all his games and that his entire channel is fake. Now, I gotta be honest here, whether it's fake or not, I think a lot of people had already been guessing that some of the content, some of the places that he was going were actually scripted, which Mikey Williams actually said that a minute ago, and was the main reason he called out Nick Briz, saying that his content was fake. And this coming to light and actually confirming what Mikey Williams had said is super interesting. I gotta be honest here, but man, a lot of people, in my opinion, saw something like this actually coming. Now, I don't think Nick's biggest problem is the fact of his content being real or fake, because a lot of people were already suggesting it was fake, but it's what Chris actually said about how he treats the people on Savage Squad. Now, basically, he said he doesn't care about anyone on the team, and that's super tough in my opinion. I think especially if you're faking content allegedly, you definitely have to make sure that all the people on your squad are down for you and are not going to go out and talk about this exact situation. And he basically said that he pays Carlos and Chauncey, two of the hoopers on Savage Squad, pennies, which is crazy. You guys know this dude has been running probably about $1 million per vid at times. I think his views in his most recent video actually weren't the highest, but still, he was definitely pulling a lot of views on YouTube for someone who doesn't even have that many videos out. And now to say that he's paying them pennies when he's probably making a good chunk off of these videos, maybe off sponsorships as well, and that he's treating the people on his squad not really the best, man, that is sad to see. And you guys know that can cause a downfall very quickly. Now, Nick actually basically explained that the only reason he was in Savage Squad was to build his YouTube channel, which I think that's not a bad reason, but for sure, it shows you that everyone on the Savage Squad and how things were pictured when they were really popping was not how they were in actual reality. But basically, he was calling him a fraud and even said he had tapes and recordings. Now, that's tough, to be honest. I gotta say, that is for sure shocking news to some. Other people saw this from a mile away. But man, I would like to see some of these recordings and taping and wonder if he'll actually drop anything and how Nick will respond to the whole situation. Now, if I had to guess, he probably won't, because you guys know he didn't even respond to somebody like Devin the Lab. But on the other hand, this guy was on his team and is talking about him specifically in what they were just in the Savage Squad, which makes me think he may actually respond. But a lot of people are actually saying this is going to create some type of effect where everyone else is going to leave the squad. And it might happen. You guys know if somebody takes that first step, other people are more likely to follow and actually leave Savage Squad. Now, plenty of people are even saying that Chris does not get the type of credit he deserves, because if you guys see him on the court anytime they're playing, he is actually the one who's probably scoring a decent amount of points. He can shoot the ball, he can dribble, he may not be the quickest, but he definitely has a lot of strength and can score the basketball. And sometimes he's even carrying the team, while Nick Briz is just the one more passing the ball or just having shots here and there. Now, Nick definitely just lost his most consistent player. A lot of you guys know, because he is really that good on the basketball court, and things are definitely not looking the best for this dude moving forward. Now, personally, I think probably what had happened was that Nick was letting all the clout and fame and money that he was getting really get to his head, which can cause you to act a little bit different than you normally would in those type of situations. But honestly, on the other hand, a lot of people are stating even this video may be fake. And I think we have to at least question that, because you guys know if all of his content was fake and then Chris, of course, is doing something like this, we have to question, again, what are the reasons behind it, and does he have anything to gain from this being fake? But clearly, with all the people talking about it, and then his name, of course, even getting brought up this much, there is a possibility it could be fake. But honestly, if only time will tell, and we'll actually see if he does officially leave and what he'll do with this type of attention that he does have. Now, we also have to keep in mind, remember what happened and what Nick said when Mikey said his content was fake. He basically said that he would slap him, and now somebody on his own team is calling his content fake. Man, it's going to be super interesting to see if this dude does respond and what he has to say. But most likely, I think because technically Chris has less clout than him, he could make a move and actually not respond at all, which again, I said this prior to this video, especially when he got called out by Devin the Lab and didn't make a move and pretty much technically did not respond because they're not playing. I think, in my opinion, that's only helping tear down his brand more and more. And clearly, if people are finding this out about you and really don't like their character, man, I think the views are going to start to decrease and things are going to start to dry up for sure. Now, there's also been some news going around about a certain workout program that Nick has put out and people feeling like they were scammed out of their money, but I'm not really going to get into that. But there have been a lot of talks about that as well, but I'm not going to say anything about Nick for sure. Those are all alleged, and I think at the end of the day, this is for sure going to take a hit on Nick's career, regardless of how he does respond, because when someone makes these type of accusations, man, honestly, in social media and all around, you pretty much have to prove your innocence, unless people are obviously going to judge you first and basically take what Chris has said is pretty much law, and that is fact. And now Nick is probably going to have to respond to defend himself. But man, I'm curious to see what he does come up with. But if you guys like these type of vids, man, like the vid, sub to the channel, turn on those post notifications, get a notification every time I upload a new video. And make sure you leave a comment if you made it this far in the video. Comment a real one down below. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Make sure to heart your comment. And man, make sure you stay tuned in, because we definitely are going to follow up to see what Nick Briz does have to say. And make sure, if you are an editor of any kind, shoot me a DM at onlylnh on Instagram, and I'll make sure to get in contact with you. But I appreciate each and every one of you. So LNH, I'm out.